Good afternoon, Mr. Raymer. Everything is going extremely well. Let me put it this way, Mr. Raymer. The 9000 series is the most reliable computer ever made. No 9000 computer has ever made a mistake or distorted information. So I am constantly occupied. I am putting myself to the fullest possible use, which is all I think that any conscious entity can ever hope to do.
Okay, so I just got back from seeing Her. Not a girl, fortunately. I got back from seeing Her, the film. And I was quite shocked. You know, it's... I don't know. I started watching it and I thought the writing was kind of dire. You know, I find it slightly ironic that the main character is a letter writer and his whole career is set around him, writing these great pieces of art so people can have heartfelt emotions when they read these letters. And yet all the characters in the film just had dire dialogue. There was F-bombs here and there. And I don't, I'm not like most people. I don't mind constant swearing in a film. But it has to have some merit. If you're just dropping fuck all the time or shit all the time, it just shows that you just got a lack of vocabulary. You don't know what you're talking about. And it just makes the dialogue seem terrible. It's alright in a Scorsese movie because they're gangsters, or in Wolf of Wall Street because, again, he's a drug-dealing gangster. He's not going to be, surrounded in etiquette and intelligence. He's a thug. He's going to be swearing 24/7. And plus, it's a Scorsese movie. You expect it. But you don't expect it from a Spike Jonze film. You don't, at least I don't expect. I mean, then again, the only Spike Jonze films I've seen, I can't really recall, other than Hulk. And that was just, that was Ang Lee. That was a Spike Jonze. I literally can't think of any Spike Jonze films I've seen. So I can't make a comparison if he has loads of swearing and F-bombs and etc. in his films. Like I said, I don't usually mind it, but it's when it's just out of context and it just makes the writing seem sloppy. And the characters just didn't seem to be all that likable. And yet, it connects with you. This film connects with you. I don't know why. I don't know why I connected with this film. I mean, I've never dated an operating system before. I've never dated someone purely on voice. And I don't think it's the dating aspect of it. I think it's just purely from my point of view, from pen pals or long distance. That's what it felt like. Because in human terms, that's about as close as it gets. Having someone that's really, really far away that you can't hold, but you can talk to. With technology the way it is nowadays, you can talk to anyone across the world, and distance doesn't really matter. But when you want to be physical with someone, then it really matters. And I guess that's where it just took hold. That I've had these moments of enjoying someone's company and yet not being able to be with them. I don't wish to fuck everyone that I have these moments with. And that brings me to another point in the film where it's just, I don't know if it's done unintentionally or not, but there's a lot of implied sex in the film. Lots of heavy moaning and implied masturbation. You don't really see anything. You definitely hear stuff. And it makes it awkward as hell. And I don't know whether to applaud it for that or, just drop down on it because of that. But it is heavily awkward. And I don't recommend you watching this with family members or anything. Now, I was thinking, 15, it's going to be an easy film, a few F-bombs maybe, a few swear words, but not too much heavy sex. And I'd much rather have heavy sex. I'd much rather have the imagery there. The fact that there's a scene where it just leaves it on the sound of people moaning in a theatre with, Dolby Digital surround, it gets awkward, especially when you're surrounded by people. Me more so, because I was surrounded by couples the entire film, because, I would choose to go see a film the weekend after Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day was, yesterday. So all these couples will be weekend couples that didn't do stuff on Valentine's Day because they realized that Valentine's Day is a sheep fest and they really shouldn't do anything for Valentine's Day. So they did something over the weekend instead, which is fine. So this is the one time I'm not going to complain about the couples at the cinemas because, well, slightly complaining that they shouldn't go to the cinema. There's better things to do with your loved one. Take her out for a meal, take her home for a meal, watch a film at home. But if you're going to take her out for the cinema date, fair enough. I understand it's Valentine's Day. I will let you off just this once. But don't worry, next time I'll tear into you and stuff. Although I will complain about being in the director's hall bar by myself, drinking, because we got drinks and free popcorn because the film was late. So the £15 cinema ticket was made slightly okay by the fact that I got a free beer and some popcorn out of it. But I did have a cougar talking to me, which was quite scary. And said cougar was there with her father, and they left halfway through the film. But they didn't leave quietly. They wished to tell everyone that they were leaving. They stood up, left, and whilst leaving, demanded how shit a film it was and why they were leaving. I'm sorry, but you've paid £15 to go see a film. I don't care if it's Twilight. You will sit and watch the film. You don't fork out this kind of money to watch a film and then leave halfway through. Only idiots do it. I never understand people that do this. I had the same thing in Sweeney Todd. I went to see Sweeney Todd years ago in the cinema. I had no idea it was going to be a musical feature. I knew that Sweeney Todd was a musical, but I figured that Sweeney Todd wasn't going to be a musical piece. It was Tim Burton. I figured it was just going to be a reimagining of Sweeney Todd. But it was a musical. I sat through it. I enjoyed it. It wasn't terrible. But people left. People started leaving as soon as they didn't realize it was a musical. Now, I have no sympathies for these people because they must be idiots. It doesn't stop anyone going on the internet, looking up trailers, looking up reviews, and finding out what sort of genre the picture you're going to go see. And even if you fail to do that, you don't fork out for a cinema ticket and then leave because you're not going to get your money back. But back to the film. It's just I wasn't expecting it to be good. When I started watching it, and it was all right. I will give top praises to Scarlett Johansson because her entire role in the film is a voice. That's all she is. She's just the voice. But she holds it so well. Joaquin Phoenix, I don't really need to praise him because he's a good actor. He always will be a good actor. And when he does decent roles, he does decent roles. But I was surprised that Scarlett Johansson could keep your attention for so long. Although it didn't sound like Scarlett Johansson to me. I kept hearing the voice and I kept thinking it was Mila Kunis, from Family Guy, Meg. I couldn't really picture Scarlett Johansson doing the voice, but that's just me. But it grabs you. It really does. You get past the halfway mark and it really just soaks you in. I could do without the moral ending. I felt kind of tacked on and everything else, and it had to end some way like that because they couldn't have just ended it on a happy note that he finally dates his laptop and lives happily ever after, because real life isn't like that. It isn't happily ever after. So I applaud the film for being realistic in that sense. Well, as realistic as you can be when you're talking about a film dating a laptop. Wow. And what was I going to say? He interrupted me, as he always does. Come here. There we go. Okay. What was I? Yeah. So I applaud the film for doing that, for just putting on the non-Hollywood ending. I liked the fact that there wasn't a Hollywood ending. No one ever lived happily ever after. People dealt with the issues that they had, and they realized that they had issues, and they dealt with them. They weren't just vanished or disappeared, or gone away by some magic Hollywood treat. They were actually there. and people had issues and problems. I mean, the guy's dating a laptop. He has issues. Serious issues for dating a laptop. But as I said, it soaks you in, and you want to stay to the end. You want to see what happens, and you don't really care about the other character. You care about Joaquin Phoenix, and you care about Samantha, which is the operating system's name, and you want to see them to the end, and that's what keeps you there. I don't know if this is a repeat viewing film, because I personally don't think it's a repeat viewing film. I think you watch this film once, you enjoy it, you leave with a sense of that was a surprising movie, and then that's it. It's not like 500 Days of Summer where you can watch it a fair few times. It's got the same sort of point. It leaves you with that heartachy feeling. But I don't know if you want to watch this a few more times. I will say one thing about it though. It did feel very Kubrick-esque. Just the decor and the outfits and the whole film itself. I mean, some of the shots looked quite futuristic, and you could tell that I think it was based in Japan. At least it looked very Japanese with what they've got with the bullet train and everything else. Some of the architecture was quite beautiful. But when I say Kubrick-esque, I mean like the decor, like the chairs and stuff. It did feel like I was watching a 70s film. It did feel very retro watching it. It was just, it didn't clash either. It's like it was retro meets modern meets Kubrick. I don't know. It was just interesting, and the film was quite alright. I don't recommend you paying 15 quid to go see it though. It's not that good a movie. If you're going to go see it, watch it in the cinema. Have a typical, cinema day out with it. See it on a small screen or something, or rent it when you get the chance. You don't really need to see. You don't really need to watch it in the film. In fact, it's quite awkward watching it in the cinema. You might have a better experience watching it by yourself, because it does seem to be quite a lonely film. I think the couple's got the wrong idea. It's not a romantic movie. It's a film about bitter loneliness and heartache, and because of that, you should watch it utterly alone, or at least watch it with someone else that's alone. Join other alone people and watch it in a group of alone people, but don't watch it if you're with someone, because it takes it away from the film. Also, I had the unfortunate happenstance to be sitting in front of people, students, I'm guessing is what they're called, who would laugh every 5 minutes at things that weren't funny, like dialogue that wasn't a joke. So I had canned laughter at the back of me throughout the entire film, which kind of took it away from it. So yeah, if you get the chance to see this, wait until it's been in the cinema for a few weeks, then go see it, and hopefully the cinema will be empty, or you can see it on a quiet day and you'll enjoy it. Seeing it with a group of people is not recommended. So yeah, that's that. Now, tomorrow, I'm going to watch RoboCop, so it'll be a less heartfelt, heartachy review, and more of a rage-filled, this film's going to be absolutely shit review. So I actually look forward to it. I'm actually going to look forward to tearing this film a new asshole. I'll see you then.
Daisy, give me your answer too. I'm half crazy, all for the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage I can't afford.